Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Friar Chuck here, and I am back with Wolfric the Vampire here in Skyrim. It's daylight now. So I we've changed some things up with Wolfric here in between episodes. First of all, we went in there and drained White River Watch of its members. We've also leveled up once. We just took a alteration perk giving us 10% magic resistance. But yeah, I've downloaded Better Vampires, which is giving us some actual progression with our vampire abilities, whereas Sacrilege was not. So let me kind of go over what it's. Um, get some new stuff. Vampiric Mind Blast. Vampire Seduction we already had. Vampire Servant is new. Reveal Auras. This allows us to turn a feeding victim into a vampire ally. Vampiric Vision. These are just different versions of this stuff. And then we also have Blood Ward. That increases our armor rating by 40 to 60 points and negates up to 40 to 60 points of spell damage or effects. The spell cures those you've turned into vampires and restores the minds of those you've enthralled who don't care about that. We also have two new destruction spells. Vampire Frost Cloud frees your victim in a burst of frost, slow your target, and deal 10 points of health and stamina damage per second for 6 seconds. And Vampiric Drain absorbs 7 points of health and stamina per second from the target. If a blood/tainted blood of the ancients is active, absorb 2 points of magicka per second from the target. So, I don't know for sure. We also have Mortal's Mask, and then I don't think any of this is new. No, it's not. Okay. This is a different version of Vampiric Drain, and I don't know if it's getting increased power from raw power or not. I also added in some new vampire spells. Actually, going to see if I can. I think there's a way that I can. I think there's a way that I can remove. I just want to. I just want to be able to remove like one perk. Here's what we'll do. We're going to save it right here, and then we'll reload. And then we'll just add it and see what it does. It should matter. We should be able to add stuff in anyway. We're supposed to get a prompt. Okay. So that didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. But I can test if it works on this. Except I don't have the perk anymore. Well, we'll just reload it. It was doing 9 points of health damage. I think the reason it didn't remove that is because it's a completely new perk. Uh, Forest perk. But it'll still be we'll still be able to see. Okay, so it is in fact increasing that. I don't know if if raw power is increasing or not, but yeah, we also have the ability now to drain to feed off of dead bodies, which really just makes sense because just because someone's dead doesn't mean they don't still have blood, you know. Uh, I do think our vampire seduction. I don't think it's quite as strong as it was before, which is good. We also have the ability now to sneak up on people and drain them. So that maybe fit a little bit of a stealthier approach to some of this. Of course, our playstyle now has been mostly destruction magic until we can't anymore, and then we ice bladed the monarch. But we also have an ability that gives us better spell damage when we or more weapons deal 20% more damage when wielding both a spell and a one-handed weapon. Oh, our destruction spells are 4% stronger because we were a fledgling vampire. But we also have the ability to check on our to kind of check on the status of our vampirism, um, which is this. If we do this, hit details, vampire fledgling, fully fed vampire. We need 15 more feedings for our next rank. So basically, anytime we kill a regular bandit, we'll be feeding on them. But anyway, I had actually recorded this episode once. I had increased my vampire level with sacrilege. It really wasn't adding anything. All it did was increase the power of vampiric drain, which I still think this is a stronger version of it anyway. So I was like, I'm not really feeling this. Was not feeling it, Mr. Krebs.
We'll pay whatever it
And the reason I'm coming in here is because there is the new spells I added. There's a cheat chest, and I would like to acquire them. We won't necessarily use them all. We'll probably just use novice level ones at this point. And then as we get stronger, maybe when I increase my vampire level, we will add the other ones. I think still looking. Okay, so in here, I also want this. This is a block skill training book, in case you didn't know. We are, of course, not training our block skill, but it's nice to have the free experience. Stone of Baron Zaya. I'm not taking that. There should be a chest in here somewhere. I think it said Whiterun. It's interesting. His necklace doesn't spawn unless you talk to him. It was called like Cold Harbor Chest or something, and I'm pretty sure it said it was in the Hall of the Dead catacombs. Whiterun and Markarth are the only Halls of the Dead that have catacombs, I'm pretty sure. No, Solitudes does too, but Solitudes is a whole thing, and I doubt it's there. I kind of intended to do this before the episode, but... Ah, here we go. And we got steel from it? That's crazy. Okay, so, yeah, that's all of them.
Our journey's been quite...
Books. Okay, so... So yeah, that's definitely too... These are definitely too strong. I'm gonna just learn them all. And then it'll just be a... we will just have to kind of limit ourselves, which I think we can do, because I can't see on here what it's... Okay, so as far as novice spells, there may not be any of them that are novice. Okay, it's just these. So, are there any apprentice? No. Okay, so we can't use any of these yet. That's fine. I'm okay with there being limits to our power right now. We were kind of strong. I'd like to see some actual progression. That's the thing with Kelril and Kalindor, is they don't really have... There's not like a natural means of their progression. It's just kind of, oh hey, I am what I am.
The finest weapons and armor.
Let's see if we can sell some stuff. See, that's the problem. I don't know if I've used any. I don't know if I've got that enchantment or not. We need to go to the freaking...
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
I kind of thought with better vampires I might smoke when I was out in the sunlight, but I may have that turned off. I'm not positive. All the sunlight. I have the ability to make the sun actually physically hurt us when we're out in it. Whoops. But I didn't want to go that far. Okay. Level up our enchanting skill. And now we have... So we have 2 more jobs to do. I'm actually going to fast travel for these because I've kind of wasted some time here at the start. What I'll do is I'll fast travel to Ultra Holden and then walk my way up to the other one. We are going to still be relatively weak against other vampires, and it's something I think we'll need to fix eventually. Where Teldrin is. I'd kind of like him here to do this because there's going to be several there's going to be several vampires, and he's got the right stuff. The right stuff being fire magic. See, like these death hounds, I think they resist start. Oh no, they don't. Cool. They aren't doing a whole lot of damage to these thralls. And we will feed. And yes, it's got the cannibal eating animation. It was either that or my other option was the bedroll thing. Okay. We have 27 feedings. I don't remember how many it said we needed for. For our next vampire level, but
What was that?
Someone there?
Eldrin, I really wish you would leave the non-vampire to me. So you're kind of our vampire guy.
No more! I yield! I yield!
Choppy. Okay, so he's dead. And then we're gonna feed on you. Should be 28 feedings, yeah. I am going to actually favorite this so that it's a little bit easier to get to. Fully fed, 12 more feedings to get to the next rank. And we will also be anything that we find in between here and there that's full of bandits or forsworn or whatever. We'll be taking them out as well. Should be in the northwest location. I am actually going to sleep here though, and not be drained of all my stamina and health and everything else. 6:27 p.m. So we should only need to wait a couple hours, but we'll do 3. Okay.
I wonder what became of Saint Gia. I met him once.
I will show off the Frost Cloud spell um, at some point. It's not like Frostbite where or like this where it's a concentration spell. It's a hold and cast. So this is Rorikstead. I'm going to go in here because there's a body that we can drain, I think. Oh, okay. That actually looked really cool because he had like one leg up on the bed. Alright. Okay, what was I'm trying to figure out what the number is exactly so I don't have to... 11 more, so 40. Okay. Goal, hopefully, is to get to that point this episode. Because we were a higher ranked vampire before. We're technically down to a fledgling, but I don't mind. I had originally downloaded Sacrosanct, which is the more advanced version of Sacrilege, but it's kind of involved, and it also doesn't work if you're already a vampire. You have to either start off as a regular human. Okay, so it's kind of like Blizzard or Ice Storm. It's just not as powerful. Okay, so 10 more feedings. This is actually going to give us quite a few because there's a bunch of bodies here. So this will be 8. Note, before I forget, Oblivion Remastered. So yes, Oblivion Remastered did release. I do have it because it released on Game Pass for free. So why would I not download it? I I am playing it currently on my own, but it is the first time that I've played Oblivion ever. Um, so this spell's got a weird hitbox on it. So basically my thing, I don't know if I will have a playthrough of it or not. It's, I'm enjoying it. It's just very different from Skyrim, so I'm kind of having to get used to it. So yeah, I kind of want to make, really sure that I'm going to enjoy it enough to be able to commit to a playthrough.
Never should have come here.
Okay, so this, don't think it works quite like Ice Storm. Because Ice Storm, you have to, in order to kind of hide from it, you've got to get behind something pretty solid. Usually something like a tree or a post or whatever would work. Okay. Do I have... Okay, so it doesn't... Okay. Uh...
Lucky hit. I cannot rest you.
In order to completely drain them, we will have to sneak up behind them, which is fine. 3 more, which we will get here. I like that these feedings count towards your level. I think you can turn that off if you want to, but my thing is 40 feedings is a lot, and it's kind of hard to... It'd be kind of hard to get if this didn't work, you know? Okay, so this should be it. Okay, we are now a regular vampire. So, what does that mean for us? Did we get anything new? I don't know. Okay, invoke fog. That's new. You can invoke foggy weather and diffuse the harsh rays of the sun for 2 minutes. Sinking power is increased by 10% in the fog smirk. Got a 6-hour recharge. We already had that. Already had that. Those are our... That's... This is going up with our regular level because the Frost Cloud's now dealing 13 points of health and stamina. And this is doing 10 points now at 3 per second, so that's good. Mortal's Mask. Did I get anything else? Oh, we got that. That's cool. Okay, I need to get a Kato's recital. One thing is, better vampires and sacrilege are kind of working together a little bit. So we're getting preserved blood still. We are recently fed and are sated. Our destruction spells are 6% stronger. Our damage resistance is increased by 5. I think the damage resistance is new. So that's cool. Details. 40 more. Okay. Okay, I have 2 perks to increase right now. Can't improve my 2-handed. So I think what I'm going to do is do a... Because I would like to get to Necromage eventually, but our restoration is also really low. So... go right there. I'm getting that weird glitch where I can't pick up books. I don't know if y'all have ever had that, but it's kind of irritating. Where do you have that? So, move, children. Okay. I think I've drained everybody here. I've done this guy. So, 80 is our number to get to. Like I said, I'm going to try and just do feed on everybody that I can. So there's no point in not doing it. Oh, that counted as a sneak attack. Cool. So that's good to know. What arrow is this? Rasputin? I don't know what... I don't know if animals do anything or not. They do not. Okay, that's good to know. So the only point in senselessly killing animals is to get the... There's a vampire asking for help. My guys, it's a bear. We are the apex predators here, not them.
Yes.
Okay, also you have to have your weapons put away in order to do this. This vampire gonna get mad that I'm eating his thrall? I really like the random pre-dead mammoths that you find out in the world. I think it adds a lot of world building to a game that kind of, to a certain extent, lacks it a little bit. Obviously, you do have some random encounters. I think Fallout 4 handled the random encounters a little bit better. And there's, to me, a lot more world building in Fallout 4. I mean, some of it obviously is, you know, different engine, so it's a little bit harder to... It's a little bit harder to kind of portray that, if you know what I mean. There's obviously...
Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving. Looks like that's it.
So he would be very interested in a letter from the Jarl, because, like I said, he's trying to improve his power both physically / magically and politically as well, because he wasn't just a vampire lord, he was just a lord in general. So... And as I've said before, he doesn't have access to his vampire lord form yet. But that will come. Okay, Mr. Frostbite Spider, you know you can't poison me, right? Okay, Teldrin, I need you to be very, very quiet. I can sneak up on this guy and end his miserable life.
Huh?
Kind of. He didn't die. I did think he eventually died from that, though. Okay. Okay. We don't have the cheesy way to improve our destruction, though, because our feeding doesn't do it. I don't think. So we like... Yeah, no, I was going to say we just leveled up, so it should be... We've already fed on him. Freaking Movarth and his... Oh, hey, look. Bodies. I think it would have been interesting if the mod, like, knew this location and recognized it, and, like, if the mod authors would have said, yeah, no, you can't feed off of these because they're vampire victims. We will soon do the 50 feedings, which will be great. There's a red guard down here, I think, that I haven't fed on. That didn't work. Couldn't actually tell how many bodies were there, so... Okay. Teldrin, are you ready? Good, because we've got... What type of mine is this? Iron. That's the vampire we're supposed to kill.
We may.
Upstart Clan Lord. I don't know how much damage we're doing, but... I'm okay with us being kind of a bait and Teldrin just sniping him with fire. Oh.
Going to enjoy killing you.
And I do actually think this, I think doing this quest actually makes a lot of sense for drain a vampire thrall. Yeah, we can't. There will be a certain point where we can, where we will be able to drain vampires, but we're not at that point yet. Can't do this one though. And I don't think there's anything else that's going to be in here. It's dark in here.
I grew up in the city of Blacklight in Morrowind. If you ever get the chance, you should visit there. It's spectacular.
This is a weird place if you ever come here. There's a weird number of shoes. So you had all the ones in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pairs of shoes in this one little place. These are actually enchanted though. Yeah, I don't know if we need that or not because we've got our shoes are increasing carry weight. I think that's a little bit more useful for us right now.
Thought I heard something.
Oh, wait, where's the thrall at? He's up here. She's up here.
Please don't kill me.
Die.
That's all you got.
Jeez. Fairly high amount of damage. And then I think this might be a skill book too. Nope, it's the Book of Daedra. Cards. And then this should be, yeah, that thrall was here. Okay, so that really wasn't actually that difficult. I was worried it might be pretty hard. I knew Movarth wouldn't be there because it's not Arachnia Goober. I knew Movarth wouldn't be there because it's not, that quest hasn't triggered yet, and that's the only time he appears. Which I get, because otherwise it would be a... Nope. This. If not, that would cause a lot of major scripting issues. Like, if you kill him and then you go do the other quest, and it's like, oh, well, I've already killed that vampire, so this isn't a problem. You know, it's just... Okay, so we are back in Kravagnar Hall after completing all of the tasks they set me.
Don't get too far ahead.
Don't get too far ahead. Well, maybe you need to walk faster, sir. You ever thought about that? Okay.
I have matters to attend to. See what help your clanmates may.
Think you can keep it up? Always more work to do. Hmm? You're good to have a... Here. You've earned it.
They actually give decent money for this.
Not bad. We always have more work, though. No shortage of rivals.
Okay, you had some stuff to
I'm
sell.
busy. Make... Here. See for yourself.
What is it that you have for sale? Just this stuff, okay. Frostbite venom. Like, I can get that on my own. I don't really think the, I need to equip that. I don't know that the poison spells, I don't think they really... I don't think they fit us. Oh, I have 2 potions of thaumaturgy. I wonder if those actually working still. But psychosis could, but I'm not gonna buy it. It'll work as far as sacrilege is concerned. Wow, that was hard. Yeah, okay, so no. It didn't even necessarily work as far as sacrilege is concerned
The
because...
plan is getting stronger by the day, thanks to you. Enjoy your reward.
Because there was script issues. But what I'm going to do right now, we're going to read this letter from the Jarl, which is way up here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sid Gear, and I have the honor to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. If you're interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath, I'll invite you to speak to me the next time you're in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal house, Carl. I also can tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase, should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain Jarl Sid Gear of Falkreath. So, yes, he would be very, very interested in that. And so I think in the next episode, we're going to make our way over to Falkreath. There's a couple of things, anyway, that I want to get in Riverwood. But for now, that is going to be the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Friar Chuck saying bye-bye.